Acknowledging your feelings without judgment and express your true self. When I think about my life and how some of the things I've experienced have impacted me, one of the reasons why I never wanted to acknowledge my feelings is because of the fear of judgment. That was a huge thing for me growing up. Always keeping things to myself, not sharing things with others. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to feel any shame. I didn't want them to place any of that on me. No judgment, no shame, embarrassment, things like that. And so it says, acknowledge your true feelings without judgment and express your true self. So my true self feels one way, but because of the judgment and the shame, I'm not willing to participate or engage in those types of conversations with people. So I don't share for the fear of the judgment. So honoring your true self, or me honoring my true self, would mean, despite the fact that I have this preconceived notion that I will be judged, that it doesn't matter, and that I can share my true self regardless of what anybody else thinks, which is the next point, which it says, by being authentic, you reclaim your narrative and shift your focus from external, like what everybody else is thinking, circumstances, to internal growth. So the internal growth comes from me saying, I refuse to silence myself. I'm going to express my true self. I'm not going to feel shame or embarrassment. I'm not going to let those external circumstances inhibit me from being my true self. This journal, is something I've wanted to write for a very long time. Now that it's here, I really do realize the impact of some of the prompts in here. That's why I put them in here. But I do understand how heavy this is. Going through this podcast with my children has opened up my eyes in so many ways, especially with their honesty in the questions that they ask me. So it's really opened up. It's like an awakening. So I hope that, through this podcast journey, you will, take the time to get the UnBITTER B.I.T.C.H Blueprint Journal, go through the prompts, and really just dig a little deeper. And if it's something that you need to work through, figure out how you're going to work through those things. It's not going to be an easy process at all. Authenticity is not something that a lot of people have sometimes,